Hello. Hello, hello. How are we? Yes, don't forget to like the exactly. Do not forget to like the stream. Yeah, this is Debug Your Brain's fault. Thanks, Justin. I did some outreach today. I was at an AV. I recorded it. I was just editing some of the conversations I've had. Dislike, not bad cop enough. I'm gonna try and be nice. I am gonna try and be nice. But I've dealt with a lot of anti-vegan tomfoolery today. I really have. And then I heard matey here saying the same shit that these absolute ding-dongs say. And I'm just lost. So here I am again, dealing with anti-vegan ding-dongery from a guy who calls himself vegan. What is that all about? What is that all about? Does anyone know? So let's do it. You're going to have to tell me if the levels are okay audio-wise. Tell me to turn it up. Tell me to turn it down. Tell me if it's okay. Because I can't tell anymore. So let's see, shall we?
Okay guys, time for the third video. I wasn't able to film it before leaving for the mountains, so I'm just going to film it here outside of our cabin. And today's video, I know, is going to be the most difficult one for most of my followers to watch. And it's going to be a video that challenges a lot of you. The extreme minority that used to give this whole movement a really bad rep has become a bigger and bigger portion. This is actually hurting the movement. So today I'm going to make the most important video I've
come away from making these claims about how things just hurt the movement. Like, just present the case for how this hurts the movement. Is the audio okay, by the way? Midway, I turned him down a little bit. Fuck me. All media. Well, I mean, he acts like a clown. It probably does his channel good, you know? I swear to God, right? I said this in Debug Your Brain's chat, okay? My mic is too low. I can't turn it up any higher. I've even got gain added to it. So I'll turn him down again slightly. I mean, if we hear less of him, it's not too bad, is it? But yeah, I swear there was some sort of toxic mold or toxic gas that these guys were exposed to that made them become ding-dongs. Right, damn. Okay.
Ever posted here on YouTube, at least for anyone who is vegan and cares about this topic of eating meat or not. I think that after being vegan for over 10 years, I've come across a lot of really important misconceptions, and a lot of these I actually fell for myself, and I wish I would have known better back in the day.
It's funny, he presents them as misconceptions, but we'll see what the misconceptions are. Bring it closer to my mouth. I'm basically kissing it. I'm basically deep throating the mic. Hang on. That close? Damn. Can't hear him now. Oh my fucking God. Oh my fucking God. Right, I'm getting loads of mixed reviews. Just be honest with me. What is it? Just tell me. This right here.
And so I think this is going to be an extremely useful video. Like I said, the most important video I've ever put out on YouTube.
Okay, what are the levels like now? Oh, the most important video he's put out on YouTube. Yeah, it's not about hearing me. Leo, right. Okay, so we are back to where we began. Great. How is this the most important fucking video? This is just cringe. The fact he thinks this is the most important video. He's just silent. Oh my God. You know what? I can't. I'm getting different reviews. I really am. I am. Who is what? Who is what? Do I trust Auntie Lesbian Bev? I should. That's the thing. The fact he thinks this is the most important video shows where his priorities are. Given he's made videos about the perpetual exploitation and killing of other sentient beings, and he thinks this video is the most important, is very intriguing. want to go to a Joji concert?
Said I'm a
Joji?
lesbian.
Salad the lad tipped £1. Pin the Dono link, bruh.
Oh yeah, I should. Thank you so much. You're so right. Sorry, I forgot that people can tip me. Please tip. All right. Please tip your fellow vegan. I've had a very vegan day. You know, I didn't eat any dog meat or anything. So thank me. Okay. Right, I'm just going to turn him up a bit, okay? I really am just going to turn him up a bit. Gonna turn him up a bit. I mean, even if I could go to the Joji concert, I am sadly not free on 17th, but London's a bit far out for just a concert. I mean, I am going to go for the Animal Rights March. So if anyone's in London on the 26th for the Animal Rights March, I'll see you there. But thank you so much for the tip, Salad, and thank you for reminding me that I needed to pin the comment. Thank you. Right. Again, we'll just try the audios again. We'll see if it's really freaking bad. Look, debug your brain, all right? If you're here still, Justin, please let me know, all right?
I want you to make sure that you stay until the end of this video, because even though it might get hard to watch at some points, or you might disagree with certain aspects of this video, the most important message is going to come at the end of the video. So please watch until the end. So without further ado, let's go over some of the biggest misconceptions that exist in the vegan community that I have come across. And the first one, I think, is going to be just from how people reacted on my Instagram when I even posted some of these opinions, which is meat is murder. Murder is actually a word that denotes the crime of killing another person. So
I mean, that's one of the definitions. There are definitions that could fit other animals. But yeah, it's known as a legal term, typically. But like other words, it can have multiple connotations. I don't know why we get fucking hung up on this. It's still a bit low. Yeah, my mic, I physically cannot bring it any higher. I'm sorry. I've always had this problem. Like, it will not go any higher. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to fix that. I think it's just the mic I use. I even have gain added. And still, sad.
One person killing another person, that is murder. So already from the definition of the word, we're already using this word incorrectly, which when we do...
According to, like, have you looked at every definition? Like, why are we still having this conversation? Just fucking look at the definitions and you will see that not all of them are to do with the law. Not all of them are to do with fucking human beings. What are you? What are you? Are we using it wrong? Definitionally, no. I don't use it, right? Because I cannot be fucking bothered with idiots. Okay, I cannot. This is why I don't use it, okay? But someone wouldn't be wrong for using it. They wouldn't. Oh God, oh mate. Just bearing in mind, this video is called "Meat is Not Immoral. 10 years vegan doctor." Absolute fucking cringe, bro.
Do so, we sound like very confused individuals.
No, you sound confused. Don't lump us in with your confusion. You're the confused one. No one else here is fucking confused. What are you talking about?
Next one. That drinking milk is rape. See, I'm almost cringing saying this out loud, and maybe people will hear like, oh my God, what a crazy person we have up here in the mountains. No, again, this is, again, another word that denotes a crime between...
No, the drinking milk isn't the rape part. Oh my God. What is it with you and your brother? Stupid just runs in the family. It really does. This is a case for genetics. Oh my God. Oluwale has been a member for a month. Absolute salad tier. Vegan Gay's best vegan YouTube 2023. If there were award ceremonies, you'd get a nice bean trophy and a bouquet of kale and asparagus and various grasses. Thank you so much.
Most cult members don't realize they're part of a cult.
Thank you for being part of the cult. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, because you help me be able to do these streams. You help me be able to make these videos. You help me be able to make all the memes, do all the outreach that I'm doing. I've got loads of outreach videos coming. I've had some intriguing conversations today, let me tell you. So thank you for all of your support. I really do so appreciate it, because it keeps me being able to do it. And I don't really know what else I would do. So thank you. Oh, and he's a doctor. Yeah, it just shows that there's a difference between book smarts and just general stupidity, okay? There's a difference between just not being very intelligent and just being an absolute wet lettuce, all right? Oh, God. Yeah, can we get some salads in the chat for Olawale? Thank you so much. Okay, let's carry on anyway. Fuck me. Damn.
Human beings, which is the action of forcing yourself upon someone and forcing them to have sexual intercourse with you against their own will, right, without consent.
Yeah, so it's forced penetration of another. Forced penetration of another using a sexual organ. I think that's probably what the definition is taken to be. That's what's happening to the animals. They're being forcibly penetrated. We even have terms like bestiality, okay, functionally, that's the same thing that's happening. If I did the same thing to a dog, all right, what does it matter why I'm doing it? Because obviously, you know, when those horrific acts happen, we have this kind of idea of what the mindset is of that person. When we know, there's conversations had surrounding this topic that someone isn't evil in the back of an alleyway doing that. They're not going to, oh yeah, I'm going to do. It's not that. It doesn't have to be that in order to be that thing. And that is what there's forcible penetration happening of a non-consenting participant, which these animals are. So the drinking, right, I've seen little bits of this because I was watching Debug Your Brain stream. He is very fucking sneaky because he says things in a certain way, right? So notice how he said, oh, people say drinking dairy milk is rape. When that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about artificial insemination. That's the problematic part. I mean, obviously, drinking milk is the problematic part because if you buy, you know, that I know there'll be nuanced people watching like, actually drinking milk isn't the problem. But yeah, having, you know, trying to make commodities out of these items, the fluid that these cows excrete, that is leading to, oh, let's artificially inseminate them and do those things. Functionally, the same thing is happening to the animal. What does it really matter about the perpetrator's thought process and why they might be doing it in that instance? I don't understand. I really don't.
Two very violent, very traumatic, very, accepted, unethical words, unethical actions that we are mixing in with the act of eating meat. It's no wonder people who hear this think vegans are completely insane.
Wait, now we're talking about eating flesh now?
Huge intellect.
Oh, he's talking about murder and
yeah. I mean, think of this: if you're sitting in a restaurant and you're eating a steak, how much intention do you think that person has behind them for hurting other animals?
The intention, a lot of the time, even if we're talking about law, it only matters so far. It only gets you so far. Even if you didn't have an intention or your intention was a little bit different or you weren't really aware, there's still a punishment because we understand that the consequence was the same to the victim. So that's what we're taking into account. What does it matter? Do you really think that is even what a vegan means? Do you even think that's what the functionality of using that term is? No, we're just trying to show, oh, if you have a problem with this act, that act actually has to happen to those animals. Like, damn, bitch. What the fuck? Oh, God. Yeah, let's just get more militant. After today's outreach, I'm just looking for all the outreach I can do. I really am. So,
that person is there eating food, by the way, food that is very natural for humans.
Oh
this
my
is food for humans.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. See, I just think he's being a bit of a troll prick. He must be, because he's smirking while he's saying it. I think he's like, you know what, I'm just going to say something that's going to piss people off. Because I'm a bit bored. It seems to be what his family does. He and his brother, every so often, they do these videos where they're like, I'm just going to stir the pot a little bit because I'm fucking bored. I'm bored of my lovely log cabin, okay? I feel like I haven't pissed anyone off for a little bit. Why don't you just piss off carnists? Like, oh, God.
Right? Meat is something we've always eaten. And they're enjoying a meal. They're not actively trying to hurt someone. If you
So what? So fucking what? The consequence to the animal is the same. And they need to know that. That is why the terms are used to be like, oh, by the way, do you know, like, though you are disconnected from this and you're not seeing this, you're just kind of sitting down to eat this, okay? This is what actually happens, though. I did it today on the street and people were like, what the fuck? Literally, this lady, you know, she was with her boyfriend and she couldn't even fucking look. And I was like, look, to be honest, like, if you can't look, I think you should actually look because you pay for these products, right? She's like, I can't. And she's like, well, when I'm eating it, I'm not, you know, they don't show that. And I was like, of course they don't show that because then you wouldn't buy it. You probably go and buy a burger that is vegan. You could go buy it just by walking up the street a little bit. Like, of course, there is that disconnect and hence the need to tell people about it.
Bevlu Wellin Auntie Dyke the lad tipped £3. Buy yourself a kale bouquet and give yourself a hug X.
Thank you. I actually need a hug after the last couple of days I've had. Oh, thank you. Sorry, I had a moment where my life came back to me and I was like, oh, fuck. Oh, your girl's been busy, all right? But don't worry. I'm providing you with that vegan content that you're so deficient in. And just for a moment to chill myself, do remember I'm also on Instagram. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter, Threads. I'm on TikTok. I'm posting shit basically every day that you might not see over here. Okay, I also have 2 other channels. You know, I have my Salads channel and my Vegan Gay Shorts channel. Please, if you want to get in the loop of everything that I'm doing, then please check that out. You can...
Said I'm a lesbian.
Mostly vegan Bethany the lad tipped £1. I think it's already time for a break lol. Please enjoy this short video.
Oh, not this.
Yeah, we're fucked. They're totally gonna eat us.
Fucking sickos.
I mean, who does that? Who eats meat?
This fucking
Sickos.
video.
Is it really that hard to go vegan?
Yeah, man, piece of cake.
Yeah, totally. I'm mostly vegan, so.
Yeah, do you... What?
No, I'm mostly vegan, you know. So I'm with you guys.
What
You
is
mean
that?
mostly vegan?
Yeah.
You can't... You're either vegan or you're not.
Yeah.
Well, no, like, when I go to restaurants, right? I always get the vegan options, so.
You're a horse.
Restaurants?
What?
I'm with you guys.
So you are vegan.
Well, mostly. See,
What
I
do you
just-
mean? What are you eating that's not vegan?
Well, you know, like steak.
Oh, fuck
Fat
off.
it- what is wrong with
God,
you?
dude.
What? It's a good source of protein.
Eat two living sentient creatures.
Well, they're tasty living sentient creatures.
fucking
cow
asshole.
I
killer.
don't kill cows. I just eat them.
Heartthrob? More like heartless throb.
Yeah, where were you when the Felix fairy was handing out all her feelings, huh?
Yeah, bitch.
You can't say hands.
I'll
God,
say
you're
whatever the
worst.
fuck I
Excuse
want.
Me. Excuse me.
God.
Can you eat us already? Or whatever
Yes,
the fuck
please.
you're gonna do,
Just
please?
put us out of our
Oh, no,
misery.
I'm not with these guys.
Shut up.
I love how it comes with the Communist Manifesto. Oh, it's my watch later. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I'll just read it. I don't think that's the right one though. It's like an hour and 30 minutes, right? I think it's a bit longer than that, is it not? You're a horse. Thank you so much, mostly vegan Bethany. Yeah, I did need that break, so thank you. And thank you so much, Bev. Auntie Dyke. We all need an Auntie Dyke, okay? yeah, just been dealing with ding dongs today. Just, you know, I'm just trying to film all the outreach I possibly can, but obviously it's at a great expense because if you do outreach, it's just painful. It's painful, and then you have to deal with absolute clowns, like this clown.
Said I'm a lesbian.
Mostly vegan Bethany the Lat tipped £1. Part 2. Rip the birds.
But hey, what's new with you guys? You guys like cake?
What?
Cake. You guys eat cake, right? You like cake?
Yeah?
I guess.
Ah! Gotcha.
What?
There's eggs in cake.
Oh, I see what this is.
We eat vegan cakes, you idiot.
Vegan cakes?
Yeah, with Greek yogurt.
Aha! But where does the milk come from for the yogurt?
Coconuts. It's coconut milk.
Oh.
Yeah.
Aww.
Idiot.
But what
No,
about...
dude, stop, just stop. We know what goes into our food, okay? It's all vegan. We just eat grass and vegan cake.
Yeah, listen, Heartthrob, just accept that you're a monster and let's move on, okay?
What about birds? You eaten a baby bird before?
Well, that doesn't count.
Aha!
Oh no,
No,
what?
come on,
Who
no,
hasn't
no,
eaten a
that's
baby
different.
bird now and then? Well, that's just nature. How am I supposed to know what's in front of my face when I'm grazing?
Yeah.
What? You can't hear them chirping?
Not with these ears.
It's their fault for getting in the way.
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I've eaten birds too.
It's not like I'm proud of it.
I'm with you guys.
Fuck off.
This
No,
is a
please.
li-
No, please. Damn, it's really trying to get me to listen to that. Holy shit. Oh, damn. Okay, right. Thank you. Mostly vegan Bethany. Okay, that was a bit of a giggle. I'll give you that. Okay, right. Let's carry on.
Compare that to, say, for example, raping, where someone is actively forcing them on someone with the intent.
Yeah. No, hang on. Whoa. No, you don't. See, now you're loading stuff. Doesn't matter what someone's intent is when they do that, right? Unless we're talking like cases where it was a medical. Oh no, because even then there'd be consent. But I guess if capacity is taken away, you need to do some surgery on, an individual who lacks capacity, in a surgical setting. Then yeah, I could see that. But that's not what he's talking about. He's not talking about that. I know for a fact he's not talking about that. So yeah, he's just inserting. Oh, you have to have some kind of intention where you really just like want to like force yourself upon someone. It's like no. Are you? Do you think? Oh my god, it's just so daft. I'm just picturing right now Vegan Gains and his reaction to this. He's gonna be so fucking mad, and he doesn't even like Leo. It's gonna be bad. Oh god.
Intention of actually putting them through this painful, traumatic, horrible experience.
Hang on. People like convicted of that, people who've done that, a lot of the time they don't even have that intention, but they've still done something horrific to that person. The consequence is still the same. Maybe they thought, oh, it's uncomfortable talking about, but like maybe they thought, oh no, well, maybe they're into that, or oh well, it'll be fine. They're not like, oh yeah, I hope you have a bad experience. That's not what's happening, and that's not what has to happen in order for that thing to have happened and be bad. That's so fucked up that you're saying that, Leo. Oh my god. Oh god.
And then you're going to equate the two again. It sounds completely insane. Horrible thing to do.
It sounds insane that you
Said I'm a lesbian.
Oh.
Michael Askew the lad tipped £10. A little pick-me-up to cope with all the ding-dongery from Leo. Pure ding-dongery, 2.2.
It really is pure ding-dongery. And I don't know what we're going to do. What are we going to do? But thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. Yes, this is a bit of an impromptu stream. I just thought, bloody hell, I'm annoyed by this. I need to get on stream so I can get over it. Justin's fault again. We blame Justin. Okay. Damn. Thank you, though, Michael. Freaking tenner. Just threw a tenner at my head. That's what Michael did. Can we get some salads in the chat? Marley's done it. Bianca's done it. Thank you so much. What you like? Thank you. Bloody hell's right. Yeah, let's get through this, okay?
Not a good idea if your goal is to have veganism looked upon in a good light by other people. And the other side note as well.
Again, I understand that there will be kind of rhetorical tools that may work better than others, but I'm yet to see an argument that, like, or evidence rather, that it's not going to work to see veganism in a good light. How you like. For many people, that's going to be like, oh my God, yeah, it is. Literally, people on the streets who pay for that will call it that before I haven't even said the bloody word. And there they are saying, oh my God, it's like that, isn't it? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, it is. Just come on, for fuck's sake. Right?
Well, of course, is that eating meat is something natural. Like I said, almost every person on the planet does it.
Yeah, so what? Natural things that occur in nature, have the capacity to be fucking awful. It's funny, you talked about, murder, rape. Yeah, those things happen out in nature as well. So fucking, what are you trying to say? Nothing, isn't it? You're trying to say fucking nothing. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. I can't, right? Anyway.
Completely normal.
Said
So-
I'm a lesbian.
Completely normal.
DJ Unlalat tipped £10.
Didn't even say anything, just tip. Thank you so much. Thank you. Damn, I just think I might just keep the stream up. You're being very generous. I just might just keep the stream up as a gift, okay? Oh, God. Just terrible. Just wank, isn't it? It's just wank. Damn, salads in the chat for Michael and DJ. Thank you so much. Put one in the chat if you're just fucking so done with the Venus family. We don't need these smirky, smug twits to just every so often come and rustle feathers. We don't. We really don't. Oh, damn, it's a lot at once, big stream. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. It's just pathetic, isn't it? Like, if you want to rile a group of people up, why don't you just go outside and pretend that you're selling dog meat? I'm telling you, that works a fucking treat. Do that instead of whatever this is, because this is just cope. This is very weird. It seems like Justin was kind of, well, Justin often says things that are just in my brain, because Justin's he's just classic, isn't he? But yeah, he was saying, oh yeah, that it feels like there's more going on here for the intention behind this video. It's just something's happened. Has John pissed more people off and he's felt, I need to go to my brother's defense? I don't know. I don't know what it is.
So you're talking about something that almost every single person does as compared to rape and murder, which...
Yeah, if nearly every single person murdered humans. So what? Oh, it's natural though? Okay, I guess, I shouldn't, be using words that hurt your feelings. Right, okay. Epic. Epic take, dude.
Luckily for us, a very, very small minority of human
Yeah,
beings.
finally. Luckily for us, yeah, a small minority of human beings engage in murder. But by the way, meat is not immoral. Okay.
Engage in this behavior, in this activity. Next misconception then. We used to get all of our B12 from nature, or...
Yeah, I think this one is actually not true. It wouldn't have been something that we would have been able to, people talk about water and stuff, but I've heard that might not even be true. But it's not really something I think I've said it a couple of times when I first heard about it, but it's not really something I say, at least, so...
We are herbivores. Both of these, again, are factually and scientifically incorrect. B12 you have to get from animal products in nature. I've actually looked at the research. I know some people do say this.
Well, no, you don't have to, because what you're about to just say, you have to be careful. It's funny. It's this kind of being kind of careful seemingly about what he says to kind of dance around and kind of skirt out of things. But then he's not careful with things like this. Like, you don't have to. It's just something that's going to be difficult, but out in nature. But again, what does any of that like really matter? I don't know. I mean, I guess it's a interesting misconception, but when you're like loading it behind all these other, like, just this mountain of dog shit, it's like I cannot really appreciate the place it's coming from at that point. I really can't. I'm struggling to do so.
There's a few places in the world where some natural water has the right amount of microbes.
Well, no, to be fair, he's talking about like back in the olden days. You know, because there is a claim that people say, oh, well, once upon a time we would have like got our B12 from here and like from the water and everything like that. But he keeps saying things a really weird way.
During a certain season so that you can get a small amount of B12. Even then, it's probably not enough to actually get you the B12 you need. And throughout the rest of the seasons of the year, and for the rest of the world that doesn't have access to this really small isolated sources of water, you're not going to get it from nature. And again, it goes without saying, from a scientific point of view, the herbivorous argument is completely incorrect. To disprove this, I can just ask you this question. What kind of animal who is a herbivore, when placed in nature and put on a herbivorous diet, does not survive? Because that is the case for humans. If you put a human...
Wait, did you put any of the... Nope. None of the literature that he's like looked at. So I can't really do fuck all with what you've just said here. So thank you so much. Thank you. Great.
Being and ask them to survive on a herbivorous diet out in nature, we would not make it. And all the adaptations, all the anatomy and physiology supports that human beings eat both plants and animals. And I still stand behind a lot of the content that...
Yeah, that's very interesting, but it would have been really nice if you talk about all this literature you've seen, if you, like, linked it so we could see just something. It's just, oh, check out my products. Great. What can I do with that? A big fuck nothing, huh?
Made here on my YouTube channel before, where I think predominantly plant-based is the healthiest option, and we should try to avoid eating too much meat, especially, of course, processed meat, but also not overdo red meat. A completely whole food plant-based diet with the right supplements, many people can actually do well on that diet, but there is no doubt that human beings are omnivorous. Next misconception: for people who have tried eating vegan and didn't make it, they were doing it wrong. So notice just before I said, I think many people...
Yeah, he's just coping for his brother here.
...can be healthy on a vegan diet with the right supplements, myself included. I feel great on a vegan diet, and I have no problem sustaining this lifestyle. But there are a lot of people who don't, and I have experienced... By the way, I used to believe this myself. I used to believe they're doing it wrong. But there are so many people who genuinely want to be vegan. They've tried again and again, and their health declines when they go on a vegan diet.
What is the evidence for that, though? And this is the thing again, right? This is why we want to look at health outcome data. So if we can find health outcome data, and specifically, say, for example, someone had a specific illness, and then there was health outcome data like demonstrating that, okay, well, the absence of flesh would lead to this. Do we have anything like that? Is there anything we can refer to and go, oh, yeah, well, if someone has this condition, and if you take out flesh from their diet, okay, then there's going to be this problem. Okay, even if we had the supplements, taking out that flesh specifically, some sort of texture of the flesh or something, that would lead them to have a decline in their health. Is there anything like that that we could look at and go, oh, yeah, that would lead to that? Because we can't just say, oh, well, I did this thing, then my health declined. Okay. Well, that's why we use scientific, the hierarchy of scientific evidence. That's why we use scientific data in the first place. This is why we control for variables, because there's other things that can contribute to the declining of health, like environmental factors, other lifestyle factors. Maybe you were removing something and then replacing it with something else, and the replacement is causing a problem. So many things. So how can you fucking make this claim? You absolute donut. I don't get it. I don't fucking understand. This is just cope. Like, am I just fucking, like, out of this world with this idea that to make that claim, we need to actually see if it's specifically the absence of something like flesh and secretions causing the problem before we can say, oh, yeah, no, they did this, then their health declined. As if it's causally linked. Am I from a different fucking planet? Would he not? He's a fucking doctor. Hello? Is there not... Why is the scientific rigour in your body suddenly fucking missing when we talk about ex-vegans? I don't know. It kind of seems like fucking cope, bro. Right, anyway, let's carry on.
Makes sense when you put someone on a diet which is unnatural for their species. It makes sense that...
Oh my god. What is this? How is that even the case? Supplements aren't natural. And you just fucking said, oh yeah, well, I feel the best I feel like being vegan and on supplements. Supplements aren't fucking found in nature. So you're saying, oh yeah, well, including, because they're included in a diet, you know, if you're someone who takes supplements, is it because they're unnatural? Is it then shocking if someone doesn't do well with supplements? Well, that's not really shocking because they're not natural. Or if someone has medicine and it doesn't work, oh, not very shocking because medicine's not natural. Oh my god. Clown! This is clown behaviour. I just cannot believe this is coming out of his fucking mouth. I mean, it's Leo. He says daft shit, like, every so often. It's like, I don't know, the moon... It might be where the moon is aligning, and he's like, got to say something daft. Like, damn, bitch. Hello.
Quest the lad tipped £6. I think the worst part about being the smarter Venus is that you come off like an even smugger Venus. All the confidence and none of the logic. We all should have seen this coming. Hope you're well.
Thank you so much, Quest. I mean, it's a fucking funny face to... Oh, man. Just such a ding-dong, dude. Can we get some salads in the chat for Quest? I mean, yeah, that must be hard being the smarter Venus. It's not hard though, is it? Shit. Oh, God. Thank you. Salads in the chat. He's a dafty. He's really being a dafty. What has happened? Maybe he fell out of bed and hit his head. And then he decided, you know what, I'm just going to make a daft video. And he did it. You know?
Some people aren't going to tolerate it that well. Let's even take this logical step to the extreme and say, you know what, maybe there is a way, right? Like I used to say, there's 1,000 different ways of doing the vegan diet. I'm sure there's one way for everyone. Even if that were to be correct, even if we do entertain that possibility.
I mean, like let's put it in the context of non-vegan as well. There are just going to be some people who struggle with so many foods. You know, they have so many intolerances, they have so many issues that it's just difficult, or maybe you could make the claim that it would be, I won't say impossible, but highly unlikely that they could have any kind of healthy diet because they have to avoid so much. Or maybe you could say, oh yeah, no, they can still, you know, the typical foods aren't like healthy or anything, but they fill the gaps with supplements, so ultimately it can be healthy. I don't know how you go about this, but anything you're about to say would be applicable probably for every instance in the case also of non-vegan specific diets. Like, so I don't know why we're doing this. Like, when are we working around and going, oh, you know, no, eating, like, the typical diet we've eaten, like, just saying, oh, yeah, well, it doesn't work for everyone. I just don't understand why you'd even go about saying it anyway. Why? Like, for those people who they've got all these intolerances and stuff, yeah, they're going to have a hard time on any kind of, like, any diet they're on, even if you add some specific, like, ethical component to it, like being vegan. I just don't get it, again.
Do you really think it is reasonable? Do you really think it is fair for someone whose health is declining to keep trying different versions of this diet, try and fail, try and fail.
Well, they're going to have to do that regardless. If we're talking about a hypothetical person who struggles so much with what they eat and how it responds to their body, they're going to have to try it with all different types of diets, whether or not they're vegan. So let me throw it back at you. Do you think it's fair? Do you think it's reasonable to just throw the animals under the bus because of somebody who already has these challenges in front of them? I don't get it. I really don't. Damn, how to debug your brain stay so calm, because it's fucking just ridiculous.
Try and fail with no guarantee that eventually this person is going to find the vegan diet that works.
I mean, it's the same in the like non-plant-based case. So again, I don't get it.
For them. Do you really think that is reasonable?
Do you really think that's reasonable? Yes, Leah. Look at this fucking smug cunt face. My God. Hi. Do you really think it's reasonable? Do you think it's reasonable? Okay, to just, if they struggle, to just get them to keep trying loads of different types and see if they don't struggle. Do you? Fuck me. Why are you the way you are? Just stop. Oh, God almighty.
I think it is pretty clear that it absolutely is not. So again,
I think it's pretty clear that you're a fucking fully fledged ding dong. Really? This is bad, Leo. This is really bad.
not everybody can be on a vegan diet. There's no data, there's no science backing that everybody can be healthy on the vegan diet.
Is there any data or science backing that like one size fits all for like any specific like diet you're talking about? Is there? Like again, who's fucking saying this for like, you know, people who decide to forcibly include animals into the matter? It's just, again, it's just so unreasonable. It's just this weird standard that's placed upon veganism specifically. Oh, by the way, gotta work for like everyone. Otherwise, you know, people can get a get out of jail free card. Like, it's funny because Justin was mentioning this as well, that the language he's using, it gets him, he can slip and slide away. Because then he can be like, oh, well, you know, to say it works for everyone is kind of strange because, like, of course, there's like 8 billion people. So there's going to be people with specific conditions who, like, really just can't do it. But again, that's going to be the fucking case, vegan or not. So, and I'm pretty sure you know what vegan outreachers and advocates mean when they're talking about, oh, yeah, it can work for, when they say, oh, yeah, no, it can work for anyone. They're not like, oh, yeah, everyone except these few select people on the planet who are allergic to literally everything on the planet. So they can't actually have a healthy diet, whether or not it's plant-based. Yeah, that caveat, oh, we'll add that in. Like, god damn. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely not. This one I know a lot of people will disagree with me on. Vegans are not morally superior to non-vegans. And I say this again, vegans are not morally superior to non-vegans.
Again, this is another slippery one. Because there are many ways in which you can be morally superior to somebody. It's such a weird thing anyway. Like, who the fuck sits there and is measuring up? Oh, like, I'm morally superior to you. Like, literally, just more people every day tell me about how much more morally superior I think I am. When really, all I think I am, I'm doing bare fucking minimum when I decide, am I going to pay for the animal to be stabbed or not? Like, for me, that's bare fucking minimum. Okay, it's not me being like, oh, wow, I'm doing something so fucking great and groovy and I'm so fucking much better. But hang on, in a vacuum, okay, you have 2 people. One perpetually stabs dogs, okay? They're just stabbing dogs. One decides, that's fucking wrong. I'm not going to do that. All else equal in their life, Which one's morally superior? As if it fucking matters. I don't even. Yeah, exactly, Quest. When all vegans are considered all things are considered equal, how could vegans not be in a higher moral plane? They are, but that's just not important. I don't really want to sit here and morally wank about how much better I am than someone who doesn't do this, but I'm not being funny. It is morally better to opt out of the stabbing of other sentient beings versus just someone who is just paying for animals to be stabbed. It is better morally. I don't know what to tell you. And if it is funny, because if you were pushed on this right on the spot, you would agree. But yeah, the way he's worded this, I think is kind of sneaky. Well, it's only sneaky if he's intended to do so, but he has worded things kind of loosely. So either he's just a dafty, or he's left himself a little bit of wiggle room. But yeah, you could be a horrific person who's vegan and you do some horrible, morally heinous things where if you did some sort of calculus, then you aren't morally superior overall. But all else held equal, how do you navigate whether or not, okay, yeah, the vegan is not doing the morally superior thing? Like, damn.
Vegans. A lot of people will argue, oh no, meat eaters, they're animal abuse supporters. No, they are not. Most people in the world are against animal abuse.
Yeah, you can be against something, in theory, while practicing that very thing. You can literally, you could say, I'm against, I don't know, domestic abuse. I think it's bad. And then fucking, like, do something horrible to your partner. You can simultaneously, theoretically, be against something while doing it. And again, if the connection is removed and you can't see all the things that are happening, hence us talking about the things that we were referring to before that you were complaining about and showing people what actually happens. Like, so you could see why it'd be kind of easy for someone to be theoretically against something, but then, you know, they've been supporting it all that time and it doesn't actually align with what they think is acceptable. But you are just straightforwardly supporting animal abuse if you pay for products that entail animal abuse. You might not be morally supporting it, spiritually supporting it, but you are financially supporting it. You absolutely are. It's just the case. So why you're saying this, I don't know.
And by the way, there is absolutely a way of producing meat without animal abuse. It is just that the way things are today with factory...
Well, that's the thing. Again, though, I don't know why you think the only thing that vegans are interested in as a point of a problematic thing is abuse. It's the exploitation, it's the abuse, it's the killing. There's multi-layers to the issues that we have. So say it was abuse-free. Say if I went, to my free-range neighbor and I never abused her in my life. I've never done that. And then I shot her in the back of the head. No abuse. She didn't even see it coming and I just did it. It would still be a wrong, non-vegan thing to do because we're not just concerned with abuse. Just fucking hell, mate. What is wrong with you?
Farming is not conducive to making and producing meat with animal welfare in mind.
But exploitation, killing is entailed in these products currently, and abuse is something that happens like in the vast majority of the cases anyway. So even if you had abuse-free killing, abuse-free exploitation, it would still be something that a vegan would have a problem with. How have you been vegan for 10 years and you still haven't wrapped your head around this very simple concept? How have you been vegan for 10 years and you're still spouting the shit that I've heard so far for these 7 minutes?
It's just not, the industrial process does not take that into account. So the actual meat...
I mean, that's the thing. You get nuanced about this and you could say, you find it abusive to even have this kind of relationship in the first place where you breed someone into existence with the purpose of using them as a commodity and taking their life away from them. I would say that's abusive. Okay? But we don't want to get into a battle about what we think abuse is. Okay? Which is really funny because I like Justin's example, okay, where, the police were called on some parents, so they killed their child. And then they're like, whoa, hang on. We didn't abuse them beforehand. Like, the police aren't going to be like, oh, no, there was no abuse here then. No, that's fine, okay. They're going to take it to be this abusive situation. You know, they've killed their child. And they're going to carry on. They're going to carry on with the investigation, aren't they?
In itself does not have to include animal abuse. So when you already make that jump in logic and say all meat equals murder or rape or animal abuse, you're already taking a huge logical shortcut, which ends
Sorry, what's the argument for that?
up ultimately being incorrect. I hope you
Incorrect. What the fuck is the argument for that? Someone please debate this guy. Holy shit. What the hell?
guys are already seeing some trends here. The more black and white you are about these things, the more you are going to be wrong.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I get so pissed off when people are like, oh, the black and white thinking, okay? Because I am a black and white thinker. Gotta give you that. I think when you kill someone, it's fucking bad, all right? And I don't care if, oh, well, you know, oh, like, the person had a troubled childhood. Oh, God, they were really traumatized and they had all these problems and they were just so sad. They wanted to avenge their entire existence by killing their mother. It's just like, still bad though, isn't it? There we go. There's sometimes we don't need to just be like, well, I have to just think about it sometimes. It's just like, oh, well, really, is it really all that bad? It's just like pretending that you're so nuanced and you're just so funny how you do this just after you were whining about how vegans think they're morally superior. But here you are like, well, when you're a black and white thinker, not like me, I think in nuance. I think in grey because I'm just like so above. I'm just thinking like more deeply than you could ever even fathom with your black and white thinking. Give me a break. You think killing someone is bad? Lol, so shallow and unnuanced. Bro, it's just bad, isn't it? It's just bad.
Wrong, because we live in a complex, nuanced world.
Oh, God. Oh, just wank yourself off some more, will you? Holy shit. The world we live in is so complicated, guys. Oh, it's just so complex. Just... No fucking shite, Sherlock. It doesn't mean stabbing someone is this thing that's like so complicated. Holy shit. Right. Right. Like, sorry, I'm just really like just annoyed by this just absolute clown. God, if someone has to tell you about how deeply they think and how, you know, oh, the world is so complicated, when they say that, it's just like, it just cringes me out because it's then followed by some bullshit that's so like, it's actually not that deep at all. It's like, wow, you really think you're onto something here when you're just spouting cope to feel like, oh, yeah, no, they just don't get it. Though, if you had a debate with him on these matters, okay, it would just be so embarrassing for him. And I really hope somebody does. Because, shit.
There's absolutely a way to produce meat without animal abuse. Like I said, it's just not the way most meat is produced in an industrial farming system as we have in most of the world today. The other one...
Wait, so you... Hang on. Are you saying that most of, like, the industrial farms don't engage in abuse? Have you ever fucking stepped foot even in the fucking tiny like free range farms? You got less animals, there's some abusive shit happening. There's some, like, you see like fucking dead bodies that have got bruises all over them. You see these conditions that I would just say are abusive anyway. Like, what do you mean? If anything, like, I mustn't have heard him right, because it's the industrialized farming. You're gonna see all that abuse, like, even more so. Yo.
That I got a lot is eating meat is wrong, right? It's immoral to eat meat. Meat eating is evil, all this kind of stuff, unethical. Let me go through this one real quickly. This one got a lot of attention on my Instagram. So,
I mean, here's the nuance. I mean, this might be him being like slippery with words again. Like, I mean, I don't see an ethical issue with eating roadkill. I mean, it's weird to me. I'd find it disgusting, just like I'd find it really weird and disgusting if someone ate a dog who'd been run over or a nanny who'd been run over. I'd find it really weird and disgusting, but I don't really, in my framework, have some sort of like ethical view or anything like that against it. It just, to me, it's just grim and disgusting and repulsive, and I just don't know why you would do it. But in that sense, in that sense, it's like, okay, well, that's the nuance for you. But any further than that, what you seem to be going down the route of, well, okay, well, if we stab them in the back of the head and we've been really nice to them beforehand, then it would be absolutely fine to take their life away from them. That's where I think you're going with it. And that wouldn't be immoral in these cases.
Morality, by definition, is something subjective. It is something that we...
Oh my god. So fucking what, bro? In your worldview, how do you justify it not being immoral to do it in the cases in which you think it's not immoral? Morality is subjective. Okay, fuck. So fucking what if it is? What are you trying to... Oh god, it's painful. Why do people say this? Why? Why do you need to tell me whether or not morality is objective or whether or not it's subjective? It's just like, it's so like irrelevant to what we're talking about. Okay, cool. The most common car is silver. Football is a type of sport. So... Alright. It's just like, what? It just feels so misplaced.
Humans decide is incorrect, right? We don't think that any other animal has the concept of morality at all. So we have
I don't even know if that's necessarily true. I don't know if they have like no concept of morality or anything like that. It's just the degree of complexity that we go through it with. I mean, fucking hell. Do we really go through it on a complicated level? Because holy shit, seems like people can't compute. Yeah, like that seems to be the case. But I don't know if it's the case. Oh no, they have no sense of morality. Oh god.
Created this concept in order to
Nikki.
separate right from wrong. Now, by definition, if this is subjective, this is going to vary. This is going to depend on who you are, where you come from, what culture.
I mean, hang on. Even moral objectivists have disagreements on what right and wrong is. What? Oh my god. Okay. So what? We're going to sign off on it as long as it's a social norm, then it's like justified in that view. I mean, okay. Then I guess we're signing off on FGM. Okay. That's fine. This is not very helpful, is it?
You're from, what religion you're from, what interests you have, what experiences you have, what friends you surround yourself with. It is going to vary a lot from one person to the next. So if you have something that is subjective and which varies a lot from person to person, how are we going to make...
I have to know what definition he's referring to. Yeah, I'd be really intrigued.
...a standard of morality that works for everyone?
Well, we've been trying for a very long time. Like, loads of people come together with different religions, different cultures, and constantly have discussions about, okay, well, is this the right way? Is this acceptable? And they debate each other, and they have these, you know, they go through it. They look at the normative ethics. Sometimes they go to, you know, the meta ethics and everything like that. But a lot of the time, you're just in the normative or the applied ethics area, like talking about, okay, well, from your worldview, do you even actually believe that this is, like, acceptable and whatnot? Because a lot of the time, people don't actually... We've just said, we find these things wrong. We find it wrong, typically, to abuse animals. We find it wrong to kill them. But people still do it. So I just... Vegan Stallion, thank you so much for the super chat. For the algorithm, thank you for your support of the channel. And for myself, thank you for keeping the wheels turning. If you would like to contribute, there is a pin link or there is a super chat button. I will put the pin link. I will put it in the chat again. Thank you so much, Vegan Stallion. Thank you. 69 people in the chat. Hello to everybody. I hope you're all well. Sorry that I'm not as tentative to the chat today. I'm just trying to breeze through this because I'm not even supposed to be live right now. I've got a lot to edit. But I just wanted to just rant about this. Okay.
Well, in a democratic world, that means we are going to go with what most people think is okay. So by definition, most people think it is completely okay to eat meat. And
yes, but even you said even before, most people don't like animals being abused. Most people don't like animals being killed. Well, most of the meat that people have had has come at the expense of abuse that they would say is abuse. I think all of it is coming off as abusive in my understanding of what abuse is. And it's all causing that killing. Yeah, he has gone full relativist. So this man's got to sign off on female genital mutilation. Okay. Look, in a democratic society, okay, you know, if they say it's fine to just mutilate the genitalia of children, okay, it's right over there. If I get on a plane and I go over there, okay, it's right. Cringe, bro. Just enough cheek for another ass. It's just amazing. Yeah. Just the, oh God. I mean, we know where he would have stood in other times with other social justice movements. He would have just been a full relativist, and even if he wasn't partaking in it, he would have been sucking the cock of people who were. Which, in my view, is just completely cringe.
Who are we, the vegans of less than 1% of the population? We are an extreme minority. Who are we to be so arrogant as to tell everybody else that they are wrong? And
who were the suffragettes? These arrogant fucking people. To tell others that women should be allowed to vote, actually. Who were they? They were so fucking arrogant, right? Who did they think they were? Such a slither of the population. He must be taking the piss, right? He must be sitting there and going, I'm just going to just piss them off and make them think that I'm just serious about this. Because there isn't a hard enough fall that you could sustain to your head that would have this like working in your brain. You would have to. There isn't enough air up where you would have fallen from. So I don't believe you were there. So you got to be fucking with me right now.
we are correct. If we see
We are correct.
seriously go around pointing fingers at the masses doing that again, we're only
It's so funny. You're pointing the fingers at the vegans now for pointing fingers at people, right? But again, oh, look, I'm so glad Leo would have taken a great position during the suffragette era. Oh, who are you stupid women? Go back in the fucking kitchen, okay? Who are you arrogant little bitches to think, oh, you want to come here and tell people that they should allow women's voting rights? Fuck off, okay? This is a democratic society, okay? If the social norm thinks you should fuck off to the kitchen and shut the fuck up, you should fucking do that. So fuck off. Thank you, Leo. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to know that you would have been on our side. Thank you. Not
only
ever.
ostracizing, only separating, only isolating ourselves.
Oh, yes, that's what we're only doing. Can you display anything in the chat that would demonstrate as to, oh, no, fuck. Oh, fuck, no. Fucking nothing.
And minimizing the effect that we can have on people.
Demonstrate it, please, rather than just fucking stating it as if it's to be the case. I mean, it could be a really interesting conversation about methods that you implement in order to convince people. Okay? It could well be that. But you don't fucking do it. You just goggle. John Quinn! What's the problem with fingering? Fignoring? Personally, I think it's quite fun. Wait, what? Oh, I see, okay. Alright, you got me. Okay. Hey, keep it clean. We've done so well today to not be inappropriate. We have done really well. But thank you so much to John Quinn for being a member for 18 months. Top tier Salad. That is top tier support on the channel membership feature, which, by the way, you can join and you will be able to... Sorry, I didn't clock the fingering.
Most cult members don't realize they're part of a cult.
But maybe it wasn't big enough. Hey, 1-0. Right. Yo, Carlos is cancer. How are you? Okay. Yeah, sorry I'm not looking at the chat as much. I know I'm not engaging as much. Because I am just trying to get through this. I'm trying to look at your comments and stuff. But yeah, if you have a dying comment, then please just use the pinned comment, okay? Thank you so much. Salad's in the chat for John.
Side of our community. Even when talking about ethics, right? Because morality is more individual, whereas ethics, from my understanding, is a more universal thing. But even again, from ethics, you cannot say that meat is unethical. You can say that animal abuse is unethical, right?
Wait, how? You haven't demonstrated
Torturing
that.
animals is unethical. Again, most people will agree on that point.
But
However,
people, you're mixing things up. You're mixing things up so much, because when a vegan's talking about eating meat, they're not actually talking about the action of putting flesh in their mouth. They're talking about everything that happened in that process. So they are talking about killing the animal. They are talking about abusing the animal. They are talking about the exploitation. Why are you doing this? You know what we're talking about. God, you need to just actually masturbate instead of this weird mental masturbation you're doing, okay? It'll probably help you out. Because I just fucking hell, mate. Just have a wank, alright? Instead of this nonsense. Because this is ridiculous.
animal abuse is not a necessary
See, no, he may well be talking about cultured meat, but he doesn't utter the words cultured meat or lab-grown meat throughout this entire video, I'm pretty sure.
component of meat. Most people do not buy meat for the animal abuse.
No, of course they don't. But again, we've gone through this. You've tried to demonstrate, oh, there has to be some sort of devious intention behind these things. No, there doesn't have to be. And I really hope that in the context of those issues, that you understand that. Like, so many of these things that happen to people, like, are because people don't understand. You don't have to have some fucked up intention. Alan?
Alan the lad tipped £15.76.
Didn't even say anything, just tipped it. Just gave me the tip. No talking here, just tip. Based. Alan! 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 Can we please have some salads in the chat for Alan? Hell yeah. YG. Right.
trying to abuse animals. And I do agree with you. There is a lot of animal abuse in the industrial animal agriculture system.
Wait,
And-
isn't that like the opposite to what you claimed like literally a minute ago? I'm so confused. Like, he might have said most or something. I don't know. Oh, I don't know.
This is a point I'm going to make to you. Another reason why we are not morally superior to meat eaters is because we are also causing death of animals, innocent animals.
Oh my fucking god. Are you absolute donut. Again, people who are not eating vegan, they're not participating in these vegan products elsewhere. They are paying for all these deaths that you want to account for the vegans, and then some. So it's every issue that you're going to have, there's more on top of that. So why... Did you know human rights activists are not... No, let's just... Non-murderers are not morally superior to other non-murderers. Oh, wait. Non-murderers are not morally superior to murderers, because the way in which they live their conditions, there could be humans who die as a result of their purchase of a product or anything like this. Everything is out of their control. It could have led to the killing, the death of somebody else. It could very much have. So really, are you really that morally superior? And it's just the narrative that you're just pushing on us as if we go around going, I'm morally superior. That's not what we are trying to get across. What we are getting across is, this thing is fucked. Please don't do it. That's it. If you want to interpret from that, and you think you're just saying fucking superior, I mean, good on you, but you don't have access to my thoughts, okay? It may well be the case that you aren't doing this weird bloviation of your own superiority. I very much think you are, but I'm not actually in your head, so maybe you're not. Maybe you're just a ding-dong, or maybe you're just really smart and I'm just too daft to understand. Maybe you are these things, because I don't actually have access to the information in your mind. Just like you don't have access into mine, where I'm just sitting there going, oh yeah, I'm just so much better than all of you. I really am. I just really am just so much. Oh yeah, I'm just sitting here, I'm just thinking about how much I'm better than you. Oh my god, and that's just content for the wank bank. It really is. It just really is great. Like, get a grip. Yeah, exactly. Fabigu. If I really wanted to be more so much better than everybody fucking else, they're all fucking shit compared to me, then why would I be trying to get people to be like that? Surely I'd want to stand out from the crowd and be like, oh, I'm fucking vegan. No one else could be, though, because I'm fucking better than you. Why the fuck would I be trying to normalise it? Like, fuck. Just daft, eh? You really are just pissing me off. It's so ridiculous.
All the time when we eat vegan food, right? So all of the industrial agriculture that happens today, both for animal foods and for plant foods, do kill animals. Lots of rodents, rabbits, frogs.
Yep, and more so for the animal foods. Because you are then calculating the food in which they've been fed and all that process before they are then sent off to be killed. And they are obviously added then to the kill count.
Name it, are getting killed.
I can't wait for this crop death video to just drop. I really can't, because every single time I'll just fucking link it. And oh my god, how many times do I have to link that bloody video? It's going to be endless. You're gonna like lose your mind at just how annoying it is.
The millions every year.
Yep, so and that is magnified and amplified by not being vegan.
Said I'm a lesbian.
Eric the Lad tipped £1.09. I wish my fellow vegans can find some peace of mind amidst all carnist nonsense.
Yeah, I wish that for that too, Eric. I've been dealing with a lot of, as I was saying earlier, I did some outreach today with AV, and oh my god, there was some right donuts. It was just a lot. So that's why I wasn't going to go live today, because I was like, right, I've dealt with some nonsense today. I don't want to have to deal with any more. But I couldn't help myself. It's all Justin's fault. Thanks, Justin. Ruining it for everybody. Ironically, this derailed my crop death video editing. No! Oh, fuck. Can we get some salads in the chat for Eric? Thank you so much for your tip. Thank you so much. Salads in the chat for Debug Your Brain, because this is all Debug Your Brain's fault right now.
We can eat our vegan food. Now, of course,
I just don't get why you're whining about this, yeah, when these things are like fully out of our control right now. Okay, we can definitely probably implement methods and advocate for more considerations to animals in other like industries like that aren't at the moment tended to, aren't at the moment like understood. But I don't know how the fuck we're going to do that when we have this issue where we think, oh, well, we can put animals in a gas chamber because we want them in a sandwich. Like, you're not going to get very far, are you? That's why it really makes sense to show people, you know, these industrialized farms and the places in which like most of the abuse, the exploitation and killing happens, which is in, you know, our food. Yeah, like it makes sense to do that. This is all a process. It's just like, maybe there's a fallacy for this that Debug Your Brain will know about, but it's this thing that like vegans, or there's been other issues before where that specific issue has had to solve every potential problem that might not even have anything to really do with it. It has to be able to solve every problem before people will actually like go towards it, when in not understanding that it's probably like other things going to be a process. We're gonna have to go to a stage and then to the next stage, and then okay, now this is the standard, we can go further. Oh, now we have the technology, we can really have this discussion. Now that's out of the way, let's go. Like, what's going on there? I really don't understand.
Probably quite a smaller effect, right? And we can also say, well, a lot of that food is going to the animals. Yes, correct.
Yes.
The point here is that we are talking about a difference of degree, not a difference of quality. We
Wait,
are
what?
both doing the same things. We are both.
No, we're not doing the same things, okay? Like, that sort of issue is literally, I cannot make that choice today. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna opt out of this, like, completely. I can't make that choice like I can as a vegan. And again, it's an entailed rights violation that we're talking about. So we're not doing the same thing. You haven't demonstrated that, and I really hope that you manage to demonstrate it as you continue with it before you move on to the next thing.
Both putting animal lives underneath ourselves so that we can live our modern, comfortable lives. And this includes...
Yeah, no, so hang on. Wait, what the fuck? Vegans aren't even telling you to equalize every single species of animal. They're not telling you to even do that. We're telling you to avoid like the rights violations of other sentient beings. Like, again, demonstrate how we're doing the same thing. Like, he's alluding to some sort of hypocrisy. Where is the hypocrisy? I would like to know, please.
Both vegans and non-vegans. So for you to say, I don't kill animals for my diet, so I am a better person, that is very clearly
Well, I mean, like, functionally, okay, when someone's saying that, they're saying, I'm not paying anyone to pay for a product that entails the killing of this sentient being. Just like, though, you know, you might buy something off the internet, okay, and like someone was exploited as a worker for it, okay, like that wouldn't be the same as you paying someone to literally kill someone, or paying someone to enslave them, or paying someone to do that. It wouldn't be the same thing, because we'd understand it's not entailed in that process. It's not something that you can even like avoid because of the systems that are in place, okay. But functionally, we can understand that difference when it comes to other contexts. So why suddenly, when it comes to veganism, do we have no idea about these nuances? Really weird, okay? The guy who doesn't think in black and white and just so nuanced is somehow conflating these things. Amazing.
critical, because you're also killing animals for your diet. You might just be killing less animals than the people.
Yes. Significantly less. Because we can't, I don't really know, like, in this kind of like fairy tale scenario, I really don't know how we could avoid being responsible for the killing of even human beings. It's just, we are so interconnected. Like, maybe it's because I read A Sound of Thunder as a kid, but I just don't know how you could go about not affecting something that would lead to the killing or some horrible thing happening to somebody else. Like, sometimes I sit there and think, did this one step that I made, or did me, you know, pressing this traffic light, I know this is not normal thinking, but sometimes I think, God, in me pressing this traffic light, did that lead to a car crash like 60 miles down the road? Because it could well have done. The series of events, if I hadn't stopped them in that 1 second, it could well have done that. I just don't know. Like, there's a separation, an understandable distinction, and this man isn't getting it.
Or eating meat. If you truly want to not kill animals, you can always do more. You know, this is the hard fact that you need to face if you're going to be logically consistent with yourself, is that if you want a difference in...
Hang on, why are you telling us about how to be logically consistent when I haven't heard a logically consistent position quite yet? What, mate? You fucking what? I want to talk to this guy. Holy shit. Based understanding of consequentialist. Are you being ironic? Is that me not being based? Or are you being serious? I don't know. I'm a fucking wet noodle, okay? But I feel like I have a better understanding of these things than he does, which is a bit concerning. You're supposed to be the smart doctor. And you're like... logically consistent. Cringe.
Quality and not just degree. You need to create your own food supply. You need to grow your own foods where you know you're not killing rabbits and rodents and all this kind of stuff. As long as you're subscribing...
Hang on. Whoa. Jimmy? Whoa. How could you know that you're not killing any animals there? Like, I'm sorry, have you gardened? Have you fucking gardened? Like, there's fucking animals everywhere. Fucking just hanging about, and you're just trying to, like, move all the soil around, and you're trying to, like, stand up and, like walk over the grass, and you're telling me you wouldn't kill anyone? You'd know that? That's some bullshit. My bullshit detectors are off the charts. How is that the only way? No, there's probably a way you could do it where, I don't know, I'm trying to, like, be nuanced about this, but, like, you know, if you know, they're culturing not just even flesh, but they're culturing loads of different, like, food types that we could eat in the future that are really, like, nutritionally valuable. And yeah, maybe if that was then we ate that, but then you could say, oh, well, how do you know it even means no killing? Because maybe as it was being transported, a deer was run over. So even then, I really can't conceptualize of a scenario where there is no animal being killed as a result of that like that product. I'm finding it difficult. I mean, it's not impossible. It could well be the case that you've managed to dodge it. Maybe you have a tomato plant growing in your in your window, and there's no way that animals can even get into your room, and you're watering it, and then you take the tomato, and that meant no killing, like, at all. You didn't kill any animal. Maybe, I could see that. But to say, oh, that's the only way, no, even then you can't even be sure.
To the industrial food system, whether you're vegan or not, you're still going to be killing animals. So again, for you to go around saying that meat eaters
Yes,
are
therefore what?
murderers and a vegan...
Well, yeah, because again, degrees of separation. Again, the action is a different one. Yes. I can't.
is a good person is completely crazy, because we're doing the same things.
We're not doing oh my god, you are just... You must have fallen on your head. You must have. I'm just thinking that, literally, you couldn't have fallen from a high enough place. I still think that. But I just don't know what's going on. Either that or troll. This is... 2 in the chat if you're dying of cringe. 3 in the chat if you maybe just will die of cringe. You're not quite there yet.
We are doing the exact same things.
No, we're not.
It's a difference of degree. Next one then. The world.
No. See, you're close. You use the word degree, but degrees of separation would have been really intriguing to use there, because it might have helped you to understand, okay, actually, no, we are not doing the same action, okay? And yes, there is a consequence that is the same for an individual. They still get killed and everything like that. But at the same time, as you said, it's substantively less. It's not entailed in that product to begin with. Okay, so we would treat it differently. And in a vegan world anyway, because vegans don't have, as you said before, we're a 1%. We don't have a hand in how systems work. But if we did have a hand in how systems work, they would look different. They would consider animals in a very different way to how they do now. So you're criticizing vegans over practices that are out of their control, that they probably wouldn't want to keep the same in the first place. I don't really know vegans who, I know vegans who have different kind of ideas about what, it would look like, but I don't know vegans who want it to stay exactly the same. I really don't. So if you could point me to one, that would be intriguing. But you are critiquing vegans for a system that they probably wouldn't even want to maintain in the first place. So that's just classic.
World one day will be vegan. No, it will not. Like I said, not everybody can thrive on a vegan diet, and it is a natural part of a human diet. We've always done.
My fucking god. Oh my god. When I say, okay, yeah, we live in a society where murder's not okay. Murder still happens, yes. Murder's kind of a natural component. It's like, well, yeah, we would murder each other over territory, just like someone might murder someone else because they really wanted that piece of land, or they really wanted that mating partner, but they didn't get that mating partner because someone else did. So they murder each other over this shit. People do that quite often. Natural though. But when I say, oh yeah, no, well, we live in a society that condemns murder, it's kind of like saying, oh yeah, we live in a society that's vegan. Like, oh, well, actually, when it's not really natural and you... Is you dumb? Is you a ding-dong?
On it, and we probably always will. And so I definitely do not believe that the world will ever become
So you don't think that the world would become vegan because it's natural to not be... And I can't even remember the other claim. But yeah, this would be applicable to other things that we've outlawed, applicable to other things that we don't deem normal or right. So I don't know what the bloody hell you're talking about, to be honest.
vegan. And it's definitely not your responsibility to veganize anyone, right? It is not a religion. It is not our responsibility to spread and convert people into veganism. We're not.
Well, I feel a responsibility because I feel like you are a danger to animals when you say shit like this. And I just really would like to do what I can personally to show people what happens and, you know, try and get them to, like, have a hand in them changing. I do want that. I feel a responsibility. Whether or not it actually is, don't know. But I don't really care. I don't know why you're going on about this right now. Like, bearing in mind that the title's called Meat is Not Immoral, 10 Years Vegan Doctor. He's trying to, like, dispel claims. It's funny as well, because if he's trying to dispel these claims, it's not really a common claim in the vegan movement anyway, that you have some sort of responsibility to the animals, really. Like, the activist community is really fucking small. It's quite hard to get people to just get on with it. But I feel a level of responsibility. You know, if I know something, and I feel like if I haven't really been, like, pushed on this or challenged in other scenarios, but I feel like, yeah, I do feel like if I was pushed, I would say it's someone's responsibility. There would be a threshold whereby I'd be like, oh no, that's no longer your responsibility. But yeah, I'm just trying to think of, you know, drowning people in the, you know, in the ocean. I see them. I feel like then it's my responsibility to, like, at least tell someone they're there, go get help, try and help them myself. So yeah, I think I actually would sign off on that. I don't know.
Not going to be welcomed by the vegan god into heaven if
What the fuck are you going on about? Holy shit, major pick me. Yeah, that's just damn. It's natural for me to hit women, so it's okay. Have you ever noticed how most anti-vegans compare the worst possible ways to grow plant foods with the best possible, highly impracticable ways to kill an animal? Yep. Isn't it funny? It's just like, well, you're just showing where your allegiances lie when you're saying this shit. Like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this right now? There is more going on here. Why are you coping this hard? Have you, like, upset John? And you're just trying to get on his good side by being an anti-vegan clown like him? Is that what's happening?
we convert more of our peers than the next person into veganism, right? It's
What are you going on about? Like, maybe you did this? Maybe you had a weird challenge with John back in the day where you were trying to convert as many people as possible? But, like, when I'm going out with my vegan friends and, like, we're, like, advocating and stuff, I'm not like, how many people have you converted? Oh, I've converted 5. Like, because, to be honest, I know it doesn't really work that way. Like, I don't like the whole conversion thing because it's hard to even, like, know, like, what you're responsible for in someone's head. It could have been actually the third person before you that brought this thing up, or it could have been an advertisement that they saw beforehand that softened them up and made them, like, ready to have that conversation. So I don't even sign off on that anyway, really. But yeah, I don't know why you're projecting this weird kind of comment onto everybody else as if we count it up and, oh yes, I'm a YouTuber and I've converted 30,000 people and you've converted 5. What the fuck?
again, don't think of veganism as a religion. Don't try to.
Yeah, nobody does. The only time I hear veganism as a religion is when fucking knobs say it, and I have to be like, okay, how? No. And again, why does it have to be a religion to be talking about conversion? Like, I don't. It's weird. It's weird framing of it. Yes, I want to outreach to as many people as possible, and I want them to go vegan as well. And if they go vegan, I'm not saying it's like, oh, this conversion, I've converted people over to the religion of veganism or anything like that. I don't see it that way. It's like, oh, good. One less person paying for animal rights violations. Thank you. Yeah, it's just...
Convert people around you. You are responsible for your actions. You are responsible for your life, for your body, not for everyone else. The other argument I get as well is, oh, it's natural, so we should rape each other and kill each other because that's natural too. I've already...
See, it's weird. It's weird because he's like, he knows these arguments and how ridiculous. He knows the reductios, and yet he still says this stuff.
kind of covered that in the past in the video as well.
Well, yeah, what video?
It's kind of a 5-year-old level argument, completely silly argument. So,
Are you gonna link the video? He could have put like a...
so please don't use it. Again, it makes us sound like absolute fools. Here's an interesting...
Please, hang on. If you've, like, wrecked that in a video, like, show the video so I know which one it is, so I can watch it right now and see what nonsense you're talking about.
One, animals have a right to life. I would actually argue more towards the opposite, even for humans, right? It's like Nobody actually has a right to life when you think about it. Again, these are human-made concepts.
Oh
We're
no,
all going to
he's
die.
going.
You know, if
He's going down the fucking. Wait. That's not what fucking is meant by right to life, you donut. Yes, we're all gonna die, you fucking genius. It's not. Wow, this is so fucking like smart and nuanced. When we're talking about right to life, we're not talking about individuals dying. Like, everybody dies, guys. Thank you so much for your profound knowledge. It's about whether or not we have a right to take away their life from them. Oh my goodness gracious. You are just a full little bag of tits, aren't you? Yeah, he thinks he said something so fucking profound. I don't know, Twisted. I don't know how he's become this ridiculous. Yeah, that was he was channeling some Alex O'Connor, and we know what happened there.
Mr. Death comes to your door and says, okay, we're going now. You're not going to say, wait on a second. I have the right to life. I'm going to live forever.
With all due respect, what the actual fuck are you going on about? That's not analogous to what we're talking about, where someone comes and stabs you, Leo. If someone comes and fucking stabs you, that's a bit different from a metaphorical death knocking on your door and taking you away to the afterlife or to death or to whatever it is that death is. It's not at all applicable to what people are saying. When people talk about right to life, they talk about, negative rights where you don't have, like, someone has a right to their own life, so you don't get the right to stab them to death and take their life away from them. That's what we're talking about. This is just such a straw man. This is nothing but a straw man.
Can't die. We're all gonna die.
Who think he must have in his brain for a minute gone, no vegan thinks they're gonna live forever. No vegan thinks that the chicken in the farm is gonna live forever if someone doesn't kill them. No vegan's thinking, oh well, the chicken, like, when death comes knocking on their door, you know, when their time is up, that they're gonna be like, translation, oh, you can't take me away. I was supposed to live forever, mate.
Not really a right. It's more of a gift. It is a
So what, that makes it better. So someone's been gifted their life and you're like, I'll just take it away then. Isn't saying it's a gift just kind of a synonym in that way, a right? It could just be synonymous. I just take it to be the case.
gift that we are alive, and that is why we should enjoy every second of this life as much
And that's why maybe we shouldn't take that away from others. Donut.
as we can. You can even say it from a mathematical point of view.
You can even say from a mathematical point of view that I'm a bit of a cunt.
Death is, if that is the n equals 1, then if death comes from a human being slaughtering an animal, you could even argue that that death is probably a lot nicer than the death that's going to come in nature.
Okay, so look, if I know that someone's going to go out into nature in 10 years' time and they're going to fall over and hurt their leg and then out in nature they're going to die, it would actually just be better for me to slit their throat right now. Because I have that knowledge. Okay, they're going to die out in nature. That's going to be horrific. So I'm actually, I'm saving them by killing them prematurely. Okay? Bearing in mind, I actually bred them into existence in the first place with I was going to do this to them anyway. Okay? And yeah, no, I've done them a favor. In fact, I'm the morally superior one. You fucking fool. Oh my God, what is wrong with you, man? Oh.
What we agree in the vegan community, and what most people who aren't vegan also agree with, is that we don't like animal abuse. And this is where the focus should be.
Wait. Yes. So when you say meat is not immoral, okay, and most people agree that animal abuse is bad beforehand, most people think, oh, killing an animal is bad, exploiting them, doing horrible things to them is bad. Yes, These are the things that are entailed in the fucking animal agriculture industry. You fucking absolute ding dong.
This is where we need to be.
This is where we already are there, babe. We're already there, honey. It's okay. This was a complete fuck waste of time, wasn't it? Absolutely.
About how can we make conditions better for animals?
Oh my god, I'm just gonna kill myself. In a video game, I'm just gonna kill myself.
How can we avoid the animal abuse?
Yeah, you're just talking absolute fucking like plonker plonk. How can we avoid it? By going vegan, you pillock.
That happens. How can we include all people to the discussion and to this change of making these environments more safe for animals so that they're not suffering throughout
So
the
wait,
entire...
we have to include all people before we have discussions about like the great ways we can avoid the abuse? By not paying for their abuse? Oh my god. And if you think, right, just think about this, right? Try and conjure up a scenario. Abusing this animal would be bad. But killing this animal, breeding them into existence and exploiting them, and then killing this animal, those things wouldn't be bad. But abusing them would be. These things come with the package. Like, how are you going to tell me, oh no, abusing them would be bad? No, but killing them, fine. Exploitation, fine. Like, for me, it kind of follows that if there's a philosophy branch out, and I'm fucking this up, but for me, it kind of follows that if there is a subject that you're concerned with to the point where abusing them is something that's like even something that you're capable of doing, and that is a bad thing to do to them, then for me it's part of the package that, yeah, but killing them, like taking away their life, breeding them into existence, exploiting them, branding them, like doing all these things that we do to them would also be bad. I don't get how that couldn't be the case. So
lives. Another very big misconception, actually, I just remembered, I used to believe is meat eaters are, number one, either ignorant or...
So this is a session about how you feel guilty about the things that you thought previously, and you're just projecting them onto the entire community. So some of these things, yeah, it's just what he believed anyway. But yeah.
Bad people. They don't care about animals. Now, believe...
So yeah, they're right. There could be many things. They could be ignorant. They could just be bad people. In any other context, I really just don't know. Like so if I'm analogizing it to anything else, right? That's how I explain it. Oh, this person doesn't know. You know, there's this kind of like social norm that's kind of like, I put the fact that, you know, social norms really cloud people's ability to understand what's happening. I put that in the ignorant category because I think that makes people ignorant. Well, they're bad. I really don't know what other option there would be, personally. Maybe you've got another option for me and we'll see.
Me, because I have done this social experiment. I have shown documentaries like Earthlings, like Dominion, to between 50 and 100 people at least. And these are medical students, doctors, you know, family members, friends from all stages and walks of life, all...
Wait. So what if they're medical students, your mates? They could still be bad people? They could still be ignorant?
Different professions, different countries, different cultures and religions.
Yep. People from different cultures, people from different religions, people from different countries. They can also be ignorant. They could also be bad people. Ignorant and bad people are all over the place. What do you mean?
And believe me, I think of myself as a relatively good communicator, right? I can get my point across relatively...
No. I'll tell you right now, you are not a good communicator. Because you have not made yourself clear throughout this video. Okay, you've conflated terms. I don't actually, like, for me... I think for the most part, right, I've got reviews from other people. I can track what's going on. I think so, all right? And I really don't know what you're talking about. I really don't know what you mean. I'm trying to figure out what your position actually is on a couple of these things, and it's really not clear to me. I think your communication style is not all that good. So...
Really well. And after watching this documentary with 50 to 100 people, not including my family, not a single one of those people went vegan.
Yeah. Okay, so that's quite a lot of people. And a lot of the time you don't even need to share a documentary with someone. You don't even need to share footage with people to be able to like communicate the ideas. Yeah, that's just telling me you're not actually that good of a communicator. I've like talked to like hundreds of people at this point, not using any footage whatsoever. And I've had people come back to me like, oh, yeah, no, I've got changed my mind. Or they come back later and be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have, you know, I'm vegan now. I've had a few people do that. And maybe a few other people have actually done it and not said, without even using footage. Never mind They're using the footage and then being like, yep, okay, yeah, you carry on saying what you got to say. You carry on making your point while we can see the animal being gassed. Yep, okay. Wow.
After. Do you really think it is because every single one of those people are evil? Once I cure them of their ignorance.
Well, hang on. Now you're being unfair.
I said I'm
You
a
see what he did
lesbian.
there? Hunter Toby.
Hunter Toby the lad tipped £3.
Didn't even say anything. Just tipped. Damn. Thank you, Hunter Toby. Hell yeah. Based. Salad's in the chat. Hunter Toby's pretty based. Can you put a comment in the chat, Hunter? I can't see you. I can't see you. But hell yeah, thank you. Yeah, see what he did there? It was unfair. He said, oh, do you think it's because they're all evil? Well, it's funny, you gave a dichotomy at the start. You said either they're ignorant or they're evil. Okay? But in this situation... Oh, there he is. Everyone, go subscribe to Hunter Toby, actually. Hang on. Do you not put your stuff on your channel, Hunter? I swear you've started putting stuff on your YouTube channel. Or is it like empty cages? Am I just having a moment where I'm just like hallucinating your... I swear to God you do. You post elsewhere. Oh, you don't post on that YouTube? You want to put your YouTube in here so I can... Or maybe email it to me or at me. MC... Yeah, okay. I was right, okay. Let me just find it. Oh yeah, I'm subscribed. There we are. I knew it. There we go. Check out Empty Cages. Man does outreach on TikTok of all places. So the least we can do is click subscribe. Thank you so much. Salad. But yeah, I really just don't think that, fuck, my brain. Now I'm fucking lost in the weeds. Not lost in the weeds, I'm just generally lost. No, yeah, I don't think you've communicated your point very well to them. Like, maybe you've done to them what you've done to me, where your position is just so unclear, they don't even know what to do with the information. But yeah, it's a bit worrying that you've shown them that, right? And then they've not changed their behavior. That does sound a bit weird. You've already subbed? Based. Yeah.
Would you say they are evil? Is that why they didn't go vegan? You know, again, if you're going to be logical and objective about this, I would say...
Wait, is he going to add the ignorant part? Am I missing that bit?
You know what? We are the minority. We, the vegans, are probably just overly sensitive. Maybe we are overly empathetic. Maybe we care about animals a little bit more than...
I know multiple vegans who, like, really struggle with empathy. Could you shout out Earth Poets? He's cool. I'll have to check him out. Hold on. I'll put it in my stream thing. What on YouTube is that? Can you send me the animal? Oh, I think this is it, right? Let me just. I'll link it. Right, but I haven't seen it. Okay. I'll link it. But I will trust Kerry's word. Okay? There's the link there. Some fun vegan content? Okay, cool. Is it porn? Yeah, I'll have a proper check. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Let me put it in there. Oh, you're welcome, Hunter. Thank you for your tip. Appreciate that. Bet you weren't expecting a shout out there. Well, you get it. You get what you're given. Alright, let's get through this so I could leave, okay?
The rest of the people. Maybe we are more sensitive to animal suffering.
You don't need to give a fuck, really, to know that it's wrong. There doesn't need to be sensitivity. There doesn't need to be any feeling. Like, Justin was literally just streaming. He struggled to even connect with animals on that emotional level. You don't need to do that in order to understand that it wouldn't be justified to do that.
that is the case. But for you to go, again, from an extreme minority and say that all of these other people are horrible and terrible and evil and we are the righteous few.
Wait, hang on. You've changed it. Someone can be. You can have the view that someone's ignorant without thinking, oh, they're terrible and blah 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 blah. See how unfair you're being? Yo.
I cannot get that to sound
Like,
logical.
for me, like, I think people are ignorant. I think people are ignorant on a lot of things. I'm ignorant on a lot of things, and I will probably learn through, doing actually extensive research that there's some things that I do that I need to not do. Definitely. I think we are ignorant, and I think that's kind of like ingrained into us to a degree because we are social animals, and as a result, we end up just kind of following the crowd on things and taking other things to be the case without actually thinking about it. So that leads us into the path of ignorance. I do think that's the case. I don't think that, people are fucking horrible and they're fucking... Like, you are deflecting that onto me. I don't know why you're doing that. Don't like it.
Or rational in my head. I really can't. Yet another misconception. The longest lived human beings in the world are vegan. No, they are not. So when you're looking at most of the evidence, when we're...
I don't even know if I've heard that claim. It's funny because I was having a debate with Garuda about the longest living humans, and yeah, I took them to not be vegan. I don't think I've heard that. Has anyone heard that?
Studying the people who are the longest...
Like, I've heard, the longest living, like, dog was a vegetarian.
The centenarians, all of these people who are eating both animal products and plants. Yeah, sure, they do eat a lot of plant foods, whole plant foods, but it's usually also including, it's not, just 1% of animal foods. It's a significant amount of their diet coming from animal foods. So again, this idea is factually incorrect. And actually, before we had the technology that we have in the modern world and we had access to the supplements that we have, it wasn't even possible to be vegan. Now, keep in mind, when we're talking about...
possible is... That's quite the claim. Possible. It wasn't possible. I'd really be careful throwing around that word.
Veganizing everyone. As a medical doctor, there's even a few reasons why I would recommend people not go vegan. Number one, if you are not actually very diligent and if you don't have at least some sort of interest in nutrition and learning where to find nutrients and learning how to be a little bit thoughtful in planning how you're going to get the right nutrients, as well as taking care to supplement regularly and consistently. If you're not that kind of person, if you're a person who doesn't really care much about nutrition, doesn't really care much about being a little bit systematic and organized about where you're going to get the right nutrients and learning a little bit more about nutrition, then I wouldn't recommend you go vegan because you're increasing the risk that you're going to suffer from certain deficiencies, which are again only going to put this whole lifestyle in a negative light. Same with...
So wait, why wouldn't you say, like, what scenario would you be in where you'd be like, oh, don't go vegan then, if you're not gonna supplement, just don't go vegan. If someone's like, oh, I don't care about my health, I don't do anything, I don't supplement, I don't care, you'd be like, okay, well, whatever you do, don't go vegan. Would you? What is this? Fucking why wouldn't you just, instead of using that time, just be like, well, really, please supplement.
I'm a lesbian.
Leo Penis the lad tipped £3. Leo Penis following his brother's footsteps, John Penis.
Thank you so much, Leo Penis. It's Leo season right now, okay? So everyone right now technically has a Leo penis. If you've got a penis in them's genes, you got a Leo penis. Isn't Zack Attack? Who's talking about Zack Attack? Yeah, Zack Attack is a child. You have half a penis. Well, that's still a Leno. That's still a Leo penis. Thank you so much, Leo penis. Salads in the chat.
Parents with kids, if you're not extremely knowledgeable, extremely disciplined, extremely consistent, and you have a big interest to make sure that those kids are getting absolutely everything they need, I would actually not recommend a vegan diet there either. The risks for people who don't have the knowledge, the passion, and the discipline are too great. And it's not something, again, from health.
Yeah, I'd like to see that comparison. I'd like to see the heightened risk. There's all these claims made, and I'd like to know, like, I want to see it.
Point of view that I would recommend. For people who have tried multiple times and their health deteriorates, again, I would not recommend.
Again, are you understanding that it was a result of them making that change, and that there is something specifically in the flesh of animals that means, oh yeah, no, they were deteriorating because of that? No, you don't.
Trying a vegan diet, if you've already tried and failed, stick with a diet that actually works for you. And by the way, not even all suffering can be deemed as incorrect. We also don't have to become so idealistic that we think that all suffering is bad. I think that's also an aspect of society that I think is incorrect. Some suffering is good, and again, most people agree.
Here he is being fake nuanced again. Wow, that's such a shock to me. What suffering would you propose that we could impose upon animals that wouldn't be a moral issue? Like, yeah, we get it, bitch. Like, sometimes someone choking you out while you're having fucking goodness knows what, okay? That could be a good suffering. Yeah, we get it, mate. Like, wow, I'm so shocked. I didn't know that. But, like, please, I cannot wait for you to propose a way of suffering for the animals that we could impose upon them that wouldn't actually be morally problematic.
That animal abuse is wrong. But if you're going
Yeah, it's spoken like a person who doesn't know suffering. It's amazing.
around tiptoeing around because you don't want to step on an ant and you think everything is absolutely horrible, it sounds to me like you've been maybe Disneyfied a little bit too much. You've personified all animals. You believe animals are people. That's another thing I see. Animals are not people.
Well, hang on. This isn't explaining like what you said before. It could be the case that all suffering like would be bad for an individual, but you take it to be the case that there are certain actions that you can't limit yourself to do because like it just wouldn't be something that you could like justifiably do, or you do some sort of calculus in the opposite way and it leads to worse outcomes. So the suffering and the remains bad, but you have a justification for why. Just like the suffering that I would induce upon someone if they came into my house and tried to kill me, and then I instead like beat the crap out of them and killed them somehow, it'd still be bad, but I'd have a justification to do it in that instance. It's not like, oh, well, no, the suffering for them wasn't bad. Animals are not people. Wow, thanks, Leo, for that deep insight. He's just so deep, Hunter. He just really gets in there.
Argument that I want to go over is the whole traits argument. Name me a trait that, if present in animals, allows us to do the same in humans as we do to them, right? Why are we even playing this game? Who set these rules? There's a reason.
Wait, what, you mean like an argument for marginal cases, like naming the trait? What do you mean? Why are we playing this game? Because it's an amazing game, and maybe this is why you're getting butthurt that it's used. Why are we playing this game? To check your logical consistency. You were complaining about people not being logically consistent beforehand, and then like a tool comes along to test it and you're like, why are we playing this game? It's not a rule. It's a tool that you can use to test the consistency of your view. It's not, oh, fuck.
And why murder is a word that only denotes an action between humans, and the same for rape.
No, it's not only. Fuck me. Even definitionally, you're just wrecking yourself. There are definitions that would encompass other species of animal. There are definitions that would encompass the non-legal term. Why are you letting yourself get wrecked like this? Holy shit.
There is a difference between human beings and animals.
Really? No way. Oh my god. No, you're fucking with me. No fuck way. No, oh my god. No way. Oh my god. This guy's a fucking genius. This guy's too fucking clever. Oh my god. Leo is a type of tool. Bro, he's just so fucking smart, bro. He's just so fucking... He just can't get on the level of this.
Inherently know this. You could even say that the trait is that they are non-human.
Oh... Alright, so we could infinitely kill Superman. Yeah. Neanderthals, fuck them. Okay? Australopithecus, get fucked. Alright? Anything, fucking, just... Alright. Aliens come down. They're having an even more enriched experience than us. Their life is even more of a gift than ours. Fucking perpetually kill them. Okay. You could say the traits that they're not human. Could you? You're fucking full of insight. I just wish I could I wish I could just get all your insight, put it in a jar, let it putrefy and sniff it every time I want to get fucking high as fuck.
And it doesn't mean that it's fair. It's just the way it is. And a lot of things in the world isn't fair. This is actually...
I love it. When people say it is what it is, it's just the way of the world. Like I spoke to someone about this today. It was just like, isn't it interesting how we say this when we've just done something really shit? You don't hear, oh, it's the way of the world when, you get your, your first love, or you have a really nice time. It's just, it's after. It's just trying to make shit that you just don't even need to do in the first place. Shit that shouldn't be happening in the first place. And just, it is what it is. You get me? Do you get me?
cognitive distortion. This is something in psychology that we
Yeah,
see
your cognitive distortion is off the fucking charts.
actually causes people's mental
Oh god, this needs to be over because I need to leave. Damn, it's getting hot in here. So take off all your
health
clothes.
to decline. Believing that everything around you in the world is fair or is supposed to be fair is also a misconception.
Oh my god. This straw manning is amazing. There's two different things as well. If you believed everything around you was fair, hang on though, you're the one who just was like, this is the way of the world. Like it could be argued that you think this is fair. You fucking twats. Oh my, did you just hear what you said before? Wait.
Things have never been fair. The fact that some people are taller than others.
Yeah, what? So wait, things have never been fair. So what? What do we do? Just fuck it all? Should I just kill you because nothing's fair? Oh, you've annoyed me now. So actually, I'd be better off not hearing silly things come out of people's mouths who are silly. So should I just kill you because the world's not fair? All right. It just kind of doesn't. It just kind of doesn't fucking make sense, does it?
People are more intelligent than others. Some people are healthier than others. Some people are born into a poor country in Africa, whereas some people are born into a rich family. None of these
What?
things
So add more unfairness into the world? Dick.
are fair. World has never been fair. Life has never been fair. Nature has never been fair.
Therefore, what?
And it never is going to be fair.
Therefore,
Again,
what?
I'm not saying that before people start doing this 5-year-old logic, oh, does that mean that we should do everything that's unfair?
Oh, that's 5-year-old logic. Why are you saying it then?
Does that mean we should do everything that's natural? Of course not. Have
Then that was a waste of fucking time, wasn't it? You fucking moron.
some nuance. Not everything is black and white. And above all,
What? Then what point are you trying to make? What the fuck? What?
focus on yourself. I am going to
Oh my god, he's got nothing tangible to say. There's nothing substantive going on. Oh man.
continue being vegan because I feel great on vegan diets. And
Good. Oh good.
for my individual morality, I feel like I'm closely aligned to my morals. Well, again, I'm not saying without killing animals. Because
Well, what are your fucking morals, Mr. Good Communicator? Because I have no fucking idea. Even just what you just said, that was just complete word salad. Oh, like, you know, the world's not fair, it hasn't been fair, it never will be. And before you say this 5-year-old stuff of like, oh, does that mean we can do unfair things? No, the world's more nuanced than that. Okay. So can you outline what it is you actually think then? Can you elaborate so we know what you mean? What nuance are you referring to? I'm not sure.
everyone who is subscribed to the modern model does kill animals. Every single one of us. Unless you have your own...
Thank you for telling me something so profound and shocking. I'm blown away. Thank God you told me.
little farm outside of your house, and you're making sure that no animals are being killed.
How do you do that? How would you actually do that? Like with the current technology in place? Like I could see it happening in some sort of indoor farming model. I could see it happening there, but I really don't know how you're going to ensure that you don't in any other case. Like
The process, you are actually contributing to some animal death as well.
Please.
Same goes for flying, cars, computers, and almost everything.
yeah, even with humans. So again, doesn't mean we all engage in rights violations and we are justified in doing that. So again, but apparently I'd be lacking the nuance if I brought this up. So don't know what's going on. About.
Technology, you can think of almost every aspect of the modern world that we live in does include some exploitation of nature
Yeah, of humans as
and
well.
animals in some sort of way. So again,
Yeah, including humans. So again, let's analogize it. You wouldn't be making the case, oh, then we could do whatever we want to humans in this context and it wouldn't be immoral to do so. Unless you're going to go down the Vosh route, which is really cringe, so please don't do that.
we can't be completely idealistic about this. We are not as different from the meat eaters that some of us hate so much as you may think. This is, again, a difference in degree, not a difference in quality. To
Well,
summarize,
we are not. What do you mean by not so different? Do you mean like on a human level? Do you mean like ideologically? Yeah, that is a word. Soz, guys. It's been a long fucking day.
and vegans are not morally superior to meat eaters. Meat eaters are not...
All else held equal, it's a morally superior action to not engage in behaviours that entail the rights violations of other animals. Just like if I said to you, look, here we have, in a vacuum, 2 people. One just kicks dogs. They just kick them, right? That's what they do. 3 times a week. This person doesn't. Everything else is held equal. Who's morally superior? You would say the one who doesn't kick the dog. You wouldn't do all this, oh, but hang on, the person contributes to the dogs in really bad things happening. I'm saying, actually, like, they're not really even that different. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't.
Murderers, they're not rapists, they're not animal abusers. Number 3, even vegans do kill animals. We're talking about a difference of degree, not a difference in quality.
Again.
Number 4, human beings are not herbivorous. We are actually omnivorous, and probably the healthiest, most natural diet includes both animal products and plant products. Number 5, not everybody can go vegan, and in many situations, it is actually recommended, and I would
just
personally say
hearing
it's
the
better
shit
for people
again.
to continue eating an omnivorous diet. Number 6, it is actually possible to create meat, right? To
Dude,
produce
even
meat.
vegans.
The food that human beings have eaten and will probably always eat. It is possible to produce this without animal abuse. I'm sure there's a few.
Abuse isn't the only problem. Again, we'd probably have different ideas of what abuse is. I would say there isn't, I think. But again, that's not the only thing that vegans have a problem with. They have a problem with the exploitation and the killing. So see how you're just completely glossing over other issues.
Misconceptions I'm leaving off the table, but here is the last message, and this is the reason why I asked you to watch the whole video until the end, because this is the most important thing about this whole video. If you follow the things that I talked about in this video, if you do the
then you will just be just as confused. So please don't do that.
things, like I said, if you're not trying to convert other people, if you try not to tell people what is right and wrong, if you
Why shouldn't you be trying to convert other people? What do you mean?
just live, focus on yourself, live as a good example of a healthy, happy vegan, do the things that feel right for you, take responsibility for your own life and actions instead of trying to take responsibility for everyone else. And if you follow,
It's not even like, oh, you're trying to take responsibility for other people. Okay, that might not even be the case. Maybe you just want to inform people. It's not like taking responsibility. That's an interesting way to frame it. You've seen something, you want to show other people. It's not taking responsibility. That's a weird kind of, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that framing. I feel a sense of responsibility, but for other people, they just feel like, oh my God, I just need to share what I've seen. I want to share. It might be venting for their own sake. It might be a way of just kind of like taking responsibility for yourself and like trying to deal with the guilt that you feel that you participated in something like that. So you're trying to like kind of undo the wrongs that you've done. It might well be that. There's a part of me that's like that. It's like, oh, I feel really bad about like not being that way before. So like maybe if I just kind of like try and, you know, get other people to see, maybe that will help in some way.
half of the other things that I told you about in this video.
Oh no, of course, Elliot, no evidence linked in the video to back up the statements at all.
I promise you, you are going to influence the people around you to a much, much, much greater degree than you are if you're believing in all of these misconceptions when you're talking to people about these subjects.
Hang on. You talk about misconceptions and everything. He's all over the place. Can someone talk to this guy? I don't know. He did debate Vegan Gains before. I just want to see this expanded upon. I want to see his view challenged because this is a mess. I don't even really know what he's like fully thinking. He's kind of left things like kind of loose. Yeah, he promises though he should do it.
This is the only way that more people are going to be interested. Not everyone, like I said, never is the whole population going to be vegan. I am pretty sure about that. Never is the whole population going to be vegan, and we should not.
Well, no, I mean, though, we're not even, like, hang on. What does that even matter? The world will probably never be free of murder. We'll probably never have a straight 50 years when nobody's murdered. Therefore, what? Why are you trying to take us down that route? I nearly fell for it.
Be trying to get the whole population to be vegan. But if you focus on yourself and the positive aspects of this, and you have open, non-judgmental, non-moralistic, high horse, you are a murderer, rapist, all this kind of stuff. You have open, non-violent, loving conversations.
This is him just crying about how he feels that his brother has been treated.
With your fellow human beings, which, like I said, have more in common with you than you might think, then life gets a lot better. And again, I would say, last thing but not least, try to keep away from social media, because social media is one of the worst things.
Yeah, no, I really think you should keep away from social media. I think when you're spouting this shit to your brother, it's probably better for everybody that you keep it to your brother and you keep it off social media. I think that's a really good idea.
To mental health of humanity, and it's also
no, you are contributing to the mental health of humanity in a really negative way when you get on social media. So please, yeah, I think that's a really good idea.
One of the reasons why I think that this movement has become more and more extreme is because we live in this niche bubble. We have.
What do you mean more and more extreme? What do you mean? Mate, look at the actions that were engaged in, like, before we had social media. The ways in which people tried to get the attention on animal rights. More and more extreme. What do you mean? Fuck, he's just fucking bloviating.
Confirmation bias. We have all these people just living off of each other's opinions, right? We're building off of each other, and we're becoming more and more separated from reality. It's kind of like what I
So
talked
hang
about.
on. Wait, I want to hear that again. Sorry.
All these people just living off of each other's opinions, right? We're building off of each other, and we're becoming more and more separated from.
Wait, what? Yeah, it's good to be building on each other's opinions and throwing them backwards and forwards and like trying to like strengthen your own and take from others. Huh?
Reality. It's kind of like what
How is that coming separate from reality? Like, in like scientific realms as well, you kind of bounce off like the opinions of others, and you kind of like, you know, do all these testings of things that you might not even, that you might know probably aren't the case, and you do all these things. That's how things come to be in the first place. He described conversation. Yeah. Oh, you separate yourself from further and further from reality when you have conversations with people. I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt there. And, like, mentally, I was like, no, he could have said something as ridiculous as that. But no, he actually fully did.
I talked about with the whole, man becomes woman topic from the last video as well. You can check that out if you didn't. But
Wait, man becomes woman? Oh no. Wait. I'm not even gonna look. I'm not gonna
like I
look.
said, I'm going to be checking out from social media
I'm not
probably for a
looking.
long time now, focusing on some other things in life. I wish you all the best. I have nothing but love for you. Try to have love for your fellow human beings as well. Don't use veganism as a license to be inflammatory, hateful, and nasty towards your fellow human beings.
Why even if you follow all the things that he said, I didn't see their nastiness towards human beings. Because you could think people are evil and like ignorant, right? That's the only one that's coming to mind, okay? You could think they are like evil and not be nasty to them. He's just injecting all this extra stuff. I could well think someone's evil. He's anti-trans, anti-vax, anti-vegan. Oh my god. I can only deal with so much nonsense. Oh god. I'm not watching that video. I'll get really angry.
Again, deal in love, not hate, and I promise things are going to get better. All right, take care.
I trust you about as much as I trust British weather. I.e., I don't trust you at all. So, no thank you. Alright, that's the fucking video. Cringe, dying, cringe, kill me, cringe, death, cringe, oh my god, oh my god. To summarise, fool. No. No thank you. Just what was that? Any final thoughts, please? I'll do a poll. Do you think... It helps if I click start a poll. It's been a long day, and so many fools. Do you think Leo should take his own advice and stay off social media? He is weird. That whole family's just strange. It's just like half the time, who asked? Then the rest of the time it's, what the hell are you going on about? No, I can't do a long boy. I'm so sorry. I got shit to do. It is vegan related, okay? I've got a lot of vegan content to get through. I'm still in the same t-shirt I was in this afternoon outreaching. But yeah, final thoughts, okay? Leo does this periodically where he just says some weird shit. He couldn't back this up in a debate. I'd very much be happy to debate him on like most of the things that he said there, but I doubt he would want to talk to me. I'm not very big. Hopefully Vegan Gains talks to him or someone like that. Cringe. I don't really know what to say. He didn't say a whole lot. Like, he just spewed nonsense. He then didn't really back it up with anything. He didn't make an argument when he talked about scientific literature he went through in reference to things that required it. He didn't share it, so I don't know what to do with that. yeah, and he just has a clear view of, he wants to talk about, oh, vegans view non-vegans as these like evil, mean people. But then he's going on about how vegans are these mean people. Nasty, don't make nasty comments, do nasty things. And they think they're so much better when really they're like the same. It's like, well, here you are giving your view about a group of people. I don't know. It's just weird. It was just so fifis and all that shit about, oh yeah, well maybe we just feel more empathy to animals. I don't get it. You don't have to in order to know right from wrong. I know like so many people. A guy I was doing an outreach with today. There's been a conversation. I can't remember if it was me or I just heard him saying it. But he was like, yeah, I don't really actually feel any empathy. I struggle with empathy towards animals. I just know it's wrong, and I just know it shouldn't be happening. Like, he struggles with empathy for humans and other animals. Like, he gets it, though. Ellie, Debug Your Brain might be the best vegan with Leo to talk with. Yeah, I think he would enjoy Justin. I think Debug Your Brain should talk with him. I would see if I can get Justin to do that. Yeah, you love this take? Thank you so much. You misclicked the poll? Rip. He's not like a massive influencer, not like his brother was, but he's got like 43,000 subscribers. So substantially bigger than I am, but you don't trust influencers. What if I became an influencer? You'd be like, right, can't trust her. Can't trust that bitch. Oh, God. All right. Final thoughts, okay? Final comments. I'm going to go in like a minute. While I'm doing that, I'm just going to chill myself, okay? A very kind man today gave me the physical copy that he has of Miles Morales Spider-Man. So, I've put a link in the chat for my Twitch, where I will be doing gaming streams. If you just want to hang out, play a game, there I just shoot the shit, and I'm just chilling, I'm just talking while I'm playing my game. Go over to Twitch, just click that follow button, and you'll get notifications pretty well of when I'm streaming. Just so you know, I have 2 other channels. I will put the 3rd channel in my chat, and then I will put the 2nd channel in my chat. Please make sure you subscribe to all of them, because you might be thinking, oh my god, she hasn't put a video out. I might have, over on my other channel. I'm a busy bee. Don't send the therapist bill for this pain. I cannot afford it. But yeah, there's some cool stuff over on like my 2nd channel, like where I talk to PP about like the image of God conversation. There's Lifting Vegan Logic and Ruxter's review of one of my debates over there. Yeah, a lot of stream clips are over there, so please make sure you are subscribed. I know a lot of you aren't currently. And finally, I have an Etsy store now with prints. People have been receiving their prints. Please do check it out. Please check out the prints. There's going to be more prints soon, and I'm going to be doing a discounted deal. I think I'm doing like 25 or 30% off with a specific code that will be coming soon. But please go favorite the items, and then when I start saying, you know, go on over there, grab yourself a print. We are shipping internationally, so please, if you're thinking, I live all the way in goodness knows where, may well even be able to send something to you still. LVL chatted with Rationality Rules. When do you do that? That's based. Oh, RR's conversations about veganism were cringe. So hopefully, God, it's hot in my room. It's like really hot. I can't see. Where are you seeing this? Oh, recent upload on RR channel? Really? Well then, I guess we'll be checking that for the next stream then. Hey. Okay, super. I will, should I leave this up? People are gonna care? I don't know. You know what? I'll leave it to democracy. Okay, democracy never fails. Hell. Final poll. Should I leave this public? If not, it would just be for channel members and patrons. We have just a moment to vote. Totally biased. Biased. All right, it's seeming pretty like yes. Okay, I'll leave this public then. Well, I want to say thank you so much to Leo Penis. Thank you to Carrie. Thank you to Hunter Toby. Thank you to Eric, Alan, John Quinn, Vegan Stallion, Quest, DJ, Michael Askew, Mostly Vegan Bethany, and Bev, Ollie Wally Blue Vegan. Thank you so much for your tips, your super chats, and thank you for being channel members. I do appreciate anyone who is supporting me. As you see, I'm doing a lot more in-person outreach at the moment, so you know, I'm getting out there. I'm trying to conquer just the social anxiety side because I'm running out of people to debate online. So, got to do what you got to do, innit? So, yeah, I'll leave this public then. Thank you so much. I do hope you're well. And until next time, salads, I will see you soon. Goodbye.